What is up, guys? It's your boy Cactus Perfected, and today we have the guide for how to beat the 0-hour exotic mission, finally re-added into Destiny 2 within the Into the Light free DLC. Completing this mission will grant you the now craftable Outbreak Perfected exotic pulse rifle, and so let's get started. Now, the first thing you are going to need to do is actually head to the tower and talk to Ada 1. She will have the exotic quest that will actually give you the craftable Outbreak. Then, once you have this quest, you can load up into the Into the Light menu in the directory and start up 0 Hour. Now, once you load in, you're going to head through these doors and Mithrax is going to appear, so don't forget to say hi, and then you're going to head through these vents and eventually crawl out into this first open area, and you're going to have a bunch of adds you have to fight. Now, I do want to note that in this encounter and throughout future encounters, there's going to be a lot of yellow bar shanks, and seemingly they have different shields of all different types. Like, I killed the void shielded shanks, arc shielded shanks, I'm pretty sure solar shielded shanks as well. So I would recommend you and your fire team have access to multiple different elements to take care of these guys' shields. In any event, once you clear out that group of adds, you're going to head forward to another open area within the tower and yet another group of adds you have to clear out. And this time, there's going to be a brig definitely not present in the original 0 Hour mission. But regardless, once you dispatch with these enemies, you're going to head around this ledge and through this rubble, and then that's going to lead to yet another open area with adds. Same thing as always, however, there is going to be a fallen spider tank here as well. And once you're done with these guys, you're going to continue forward through these multitude of hallways, and you're going to encounter enemies along the way. Often you're going to have to kill all of the enemies in an area for a blocked door to open up to allow you forward. And then eventually you're going to jump down this elevator shaft, head through some vents, and out into this kind of open area, and you will see there is a parked like ship here. What you actually need to do is go near the front of the ship and head down below into the vents underneath. That's going to be how you continue forward. Now from here you're going to wiggle your way through even more vents, and you're going to see me go the correct paths within the background gameplay. But I hope you like jumping puzzles, because we now enter into the jumping puzzle section where it's jumping puzzle after jumping puzzle after jumping puzzle. This one, you're going to see as you jump on these grates, they're going to fall away from you. So what you actually need to do is pick the correct vent to go through. As you can see, if you pick the wrong one and just jump down the back, it will shoot you out the bottom and you will die. Now, the correct vent is the far back left one, but far back and left is going to be different depending on how your team orients itself. You drop down from kind of a weird angle. Essentially, all you need to do is go to the vent that has the grate on the bottom, as you can see right here. Every other vent will have a slope, right? So if you see this grate, you know this is the right way to go. Then you are going to follow those vents and head out to the outside of the tower. So you're going to need to drop down, and Bungie added a fun surprise for the updated version, a bunch of exploder shanks. So watch out for those guys, and this is not the only time you're going to see them. Regardless, from that grate where the exploder shanks were, you can barely see a little piece of like antenna sticking out. You're just going to want to jump down, fall all the way down, and then jump on this antenna. From here, you're going to make your way forward. There's now going to be some snipers you have to worry about. And then importantly, when you get to this area here, there's actually a button you can activate, and as you can see, that's going to extend those like antennas and grates out. So any teammates who are maybe behind, if you have, you know, a hunter with the stompies or a titan with the lion rampants, they can jump first, easily make that jump because of their exotics, and then activate that button to make it easier for everyone else. In any event, you're going to keep heading forward, and then you actually need to jump up into this vent within the ceiling, as you can see right here. Then you're going to drop down into kind of this open room where you see a bunch of grates colored yellow. You simply head up, and eventually you're going to see two different yellow grates that are destructible in front of vents. And as you're making your way up, you're going to pass several of these like yellow vent covers. You want to go for the highest possible ones. And we went through this one. I think it was the one oriented to our left, but again, it's kind of confusing depending on where you come in, where you jump up and stuff like that. Regardless, again, if you can see the one we went in, follow that direction, and obviously if you go the wrong way, there'll be a dead end. Then you're going to end up in this big tunnel here. You have these spinning fans. If you touch the blades, you will instantly die. So what you need to do is go on top of the kind of circle that is in the middle of these blades, and then you can see that there is a somewhat glowing red indent within this circular wall. So you actually need to go inside this indent in order to have enough space from the blades to make it down. Again, Bungie added exploding shanks to all of these different levels, so good luck with that, man. Like, honestly, you're probably just gonna die a few times in this section. It is brutal. But again, you're just gonna keep making your way down level after level until eventually you get to this section here. From here, you can actually go on these like little silver indents in the wall right here, so you just jump from one to the other to make your way forward. Obviously, if you have stuff like an eager edge sword, you can basically jump the entire way in one go. Again, when you actually complete this part, there is yet another button you can activate that's going to extend these flaps for anyone left behind. Then you're going to crawl through a bit more vents and make it to the infamous Trevor sequence. So you're actually going to see a map of how this area looks right here, and you can see the 4 different red like triangles are the 4 different buttons your team needs to activate. And so you need to drop down and make your way through these hallways while avoiding Trevor, who is this absolutely terrifying thing right here. You can see I was just a little bit slow and I got cooked, but you can also see where I almost made it to the very middle section, like connecting the left and the right sides. That's like an open air section. You can jump on this vent, or I should say pipe, and that's going to keep you safe while like Trevor goes by. And there's also going to be indents in the walls and stuff like that that will let you avoid that thing. And importantly, as you're trying to make your way through this arena, you also need to keep in mind that there's going to be those electrified like barriers that are just going to randomly come up and prevent you from going forward. So it's all about just making your way throughout this area and activating those 4 different buttons while avoiding Trevor as best you can. Now, once the 4 buttons are activated, you can make your way to the exit, and you're actually going to see different signs indicating like exit this way. So follow those signs. Eventually, you'll make it to this area here where there's a bunch of different like elevators, each one with their own activatable button. What these are going to do is that they're going to like go up and stall, go up, stall, go up, stall. And then right when you're at the level that you can make the jump, go for it. Because as you can see, if you wait for them to go up further, they actually crash back down to the ground. So as soon as you can be high enough that you can actually make the jump, just go for it. After that, guys, you're going to fall down here, squeeze your way through some more vents, and then you're going to end up in this kind of like safe room. And within this safe room, you're going to explore around, and then you're going to see this extremely important diagram on the wall, all right? Now, after a little bit of being in here, and as you get close to like the secret door, it's going to just open. Again, there's nothing really to activate. You just kind of have to explore around, and as you can see, the door will just kind of open. And then from here, as you head forward, if you try to go through these tiles, you will instantly die. In the original mission, you could actually skip this, and I think it was only like the legend version or the version where you're trying to specifically do a puzzle where you had to do this route correctly, but now it's in the original version. So that diagram on the wall is actually the route you need to take through these different tiles to avoid dying. So if you deviate by 1 tile, you're going to spawn the fire and kill yourself and every teammate. So you can see here, like for us, we had to go forward a couple, all the way to the left, forward almost to the end, and then to the right, down, to the right all the way, and then straight up. And we eventually did that route correctly, as you can see, and then that's how you're going to make it to the end. I'm not sure if you guys are going to have the exact same route as me, or it's going to be completely randomized, but that's what our situation was. Now, Remember, you can also have like one person doing this puzzle and the other two people like directing them where to go, because once one person makes it across, as you can see, there is going to be another button that you can activate to pull lever, and I think that's going to disable the fire for everyone else. In any event, you're going to head forward and see that the thing that you were going after is actually missing. So you need to head to the right, and there's going to be like a lightsaber carved hole in the ground here. So you're going to head down, and at this point, the jumping puzzles are kind of over. You're just going to head through the hallway, and it's going to be the obvious direction you need to go. Eventually, there is actually going to be a rally banner that you can place. Make sure to have some good weapons on, because this boss fight was actually a doozy. But once you rally up, you're going to drop down into this boss fight arena, and you're going to see the kind of fallen captain boss in the center front of the arena, and then there's fallen all over the place. So as you're fighting these fallen, definitely take out, this servitor first, and that's going to just help things along quite a bit. And then after that, as you're fighting the boss, he's actually going to teleport around the arena. So having stuff like, you can see us use sniper rifles, linear fusion rifles, like obviously rockets are fantastic, and we did also use rockets, but if he's teleporting mid-damage phase all over the map, it can be difficult to land all your rockets. So again, stuff like snipers, linears might be the play here. Now, as you are fighting the boss, once you get the boss's health low, he's actually just going to disappear. Like you'll see on your screen that he retreats, and then 2 fallen spider tanks are going to spawn. So you're then going to have to deal with those guys. And then once you do deal with those 2 spider tanks, guess what? Something new this time around. The boss is back. This time he's going to be in a massive brig. And at least if you watch this video, you'll know this guy is coming. My team had no idea, so we expended like all of our ammo and then had to kill this brig. And this brig is going to absolutely rain down punishment on you. Whenever you see these red lasers, you have to get the heck out of that area. And it's not just get outside of those red lasers, like it's move well away. We had a lot of times where myself and my teammates were dying seemingly outside of these area of effects because like they're so big. So definitely just stay away from those explosions. And you also have the brig shooting at you with this cannon as well. But eventually, hopefully you can take this guy down, and then when you do take down the brig, a chest is going to spawn at the very end. You access this chest, and it's going to give you the Outbreak Perfected schematic. At this point, you need to head back to the tower and interact with Ada 1, and then she will just outright give you the Craftable Outbreak Perfected. So make sure you grab that, and then you open up your inventory and extract the pattern from it. That's actually going to make the version you got basically the crafted version, so you don't have to go and craft another Outbreak at the Enclave. You can simply use this one and rework it as you earn more perks and stuff for this weapon. And guys, that's going to be it for this video, just how to beat that mission, where to go, the jumping puzzles, everything. And then there's going to be future videos on finding all of the different secrets within this exotic mission, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.